What really happens in the last 40 days before death?
Your body already knows you're going to die. 40 days before it happens, the signs begin, and most people miss every single one of them. We think death comes without warning, suddenly, without notice. One moment you are here, the next you are not. That is what most people believe. They are wrong. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, revealed something that most Muslims have never been taught. Before death arrives, Allah sends signals to the body, to the heart, to the earth itself. 40 days of signs that something is coming. This is not superstition. This is not folklore. This comes from authentic hadith and the words of Islamic scholars who studied the traditions of the Prophet in depth. In the next few minutes, I am going to walk you through 5 signs that appear in the last 40 days before death. By the end, you will understand why scholars say this knowledge is not meant to frighten you. It is meant to wake you up while you still have time. Let me show you this through Ahmad. Ahmad is 44 years old. He has a job, a family, a routine. He prays sometimes. He means to do better, always. He does not know that 40 days from now he will be gone. His signs have already begun. He just does not recognize them yet. Sign 1. The heart shifts. The first sign does not come from the body. It comes from somewhere deeper. Islamic scholars report that in the weeks before death, something changes in a person's relationship with this world. The things that used to matter suddenly matter less. Wealth, status, entertainment, arguments. They begin to feel hollow, empty, like holding smoke. If Ahmad is a righteous man, this shift feels like clarity. He finds himself drawn to dhikr, to Quran, to silence. He prays his fajr without struggle for the first time in years. He calls his mother. He forgives an old friend. He does not know why. He just feels pulled toward goodness. His heart is being prepared. But if Ahmad has lived carelessly, this shift feels like restlessness, an unease he cannot name. He scrolls his phone at 3 a.m., unable to sleep. He snaps at his children over nothing. He feels a heaviness in his chest that no doctor can explain. His heart is being warned. He is not listening. The Prophet said that the heart of the believer is between the fingers of Allah, and he turns it however he wills. In the last 40 days, that turning becomes unmistakable. The question is whether you recognize it. Sign 2. The body speaks. The second sign moves into the physical. Scholars have narrated that in the period before death, the body begins to show subtle changes. Not illness necessarily, not pain, something quieter. The face changes first. People who knew Ahmad well notice something different, but cannot name it. A softness, a distance, as if part of him is already somewhere else. He tires more easily, not from sickness, but from something deeper, as if the body is conserving what little time remains. His appetite shifts, his sleep changes, small things that each alone mean nothing. Together they form a pattern. Islamic tradition holds that the earth itself is also preparing. The ground that will receive Ahmad has known for 40 days that he is coming. Think about that for a moment. The earth beneath your feet may already be waiting for someone you love, or for you. If Ahmad is righteous, even his body's fatigue carries a strange peace. He rests and feels grateful. He looks at his hands and sees the life in them. He makes wudu slowly, carefully, as if he understands these are numbered. If Ahmad is not righteous, his body's changes fill him with a nameless dread. He visits doctors who find nothing wrong. He changes his diet, his sleep, his routine. He is trying to fix the outside, when the inside is what is calling to him. Sign 3. The dreams begin. This is the sign that Islamic scholars speak of. With the most gravity, in the last 40 days, the veil between this world and the unseen grows thin, and it shows itself in sleep. Righteous people in this period begin to see their deceased relatives in dreams, not nightmares, not confusion. Clear, vivid, peaceful visitations. A father who passed 10 years ago. A grandmother who left when Ahmad was a child. They appear calm. They appear waiting, as if they know something Ahmad does not yet know. The Prophet said that the true dream of a believer is one of 46 parts of prophecy. In the last 40 days, those dreams intensify. If Ahmad is righteous, he wakes from these dreams, with tears he cannot explain, with a longing for something beyond this world, with the sense that home is not here. But if Ahmad has neglected his soul, the dreams are different. Dark, disorienting, filled with symbols he cannot read. He wakes anxious and cannot return to sleep. His subconscious is receiving what his waking mind refuses to hear. The third sign is not meant to terrify, and it is a mercy, a last gentle message from Allah. Before the final summons arrives. Sign 4. Relationships reveal themselves. The fourth sign is one that only becomes clear in hindsight. After someone is gone, the people around them always say the same thing. He was different those last few weeks. She called me out of nowhere to apologize. He told me he loved me. He never said that. In the last 40 days, something moves between people. If Ahmad is righteous, he feels compelled to settle things. Old arguments lose their grip on him. He visits people he has not seen in years. He gives away things he has kept for a long time. He says the things he always meant to say, but kept putting off. Not because he knows he is dying, he does not know, but because his heart has been turned toward what actually matters. If Ahmad has lived in conflict and carelessness, the opposite happens. Old wounds feel suddenly urgent and unresolved. Relationships he damaged feel suddenly impossible to fix. He carries a guilt he cannot place.
I will
Time feels
always be
shorter
with
than
you,
it ever
Mother.
has before. He just does not understand why. The people closest to us often sense our 40 days before we do. They cannot explain it. They just feel it. A mother who calls her son every day suddenly. A wife who holds on a little longer when she says goodbye. Something in them knows? Sign 5, the final sign. This is the one most people never discuss. Islamic scholars narrate that in the very last days, not 40 days out, but close to the end, a specific sign appears on the body itself. The forehead, a subtle change in the skin of the forehead that those with knowledge can sometimes recognize, as if the body is marking what is about to happen. And the hearing. In the final hours and days, some people report hearing things that others cannot. A sound just beyond the edge of silence. Something calling from a direction that has no name. If Ahmad is righteous, these final signs bring him peace. He becomes very still. He asks for those he loves to be near him. He moves his lips in dhikr even when he cannot speak aloud. His face holds an expression that the living find difficult to describe. Somewhere between rest and arrival. If Ahmad has not prepared, these final signs bring a terror that has no earthly equivalent. He becomes agitated, restless, unable to be comforted. He sees things the others in the room cannot see, and what he sees does not bring him peace. The angel of death does not arrive without announcement. The 40 days were the announcement. You are still breathing. That is the most important sentence in this video. You are still breathing, which means your 40 days have not ended, which means you still have time to be the Ahmad, whose heart shifted toward goodness, whose dreams came gently, whose last words to the people he loved were actually said. But here is what you need to understand. You do not know where you are in the 40 days. You could be at day 1. You could be at day 38. You do not know. None of us know. The Prophet said, "Be in this world as if you are a stranger or a traveler passing through." Every prayer you pray today is building the reality that will meet you in the grave. Every truth you speak, every person you forgive, every time you choose Allah over your comfort. These are not small things. These are the things that will determine what you experience when the 40 days are over. If this video reached your heart, share it with someone you care about, not to frighten them, to give them the same chance you just had, to remember while there is still time. Subscribe if you want to continue learning what the Prophet actually taught us about the life we are living and the life that comes after. Your 40 days will come. Make sure you are ready.